One of the biggest tennis tournaments, Wimbledon, is about to start, and me being such a big fan of tennis, I had a brilliant idea of creating a prediction model and a simulation engine with the help of AI. Would it be accurate or will it be complete failure? You're gonna find exactly that in this video. But first we need data, and a lot of it. And for this we're going to be heading off to Claude and we're gonna be typing this. I want to make a site to predict the Wimbledon 2026. Where can I find the data for this to make it work? So let's paste this. So here Claude told us that the data could be found in Jeff Sackman's GitHub, and under it, it says what kind of data we need from the GitHub. So right now I'm gonna head off to the GitHub and get the data from there. So here in the GitHub, as you can see, there's a lot of information related with tennis. And now we're gonna be finding the matches for 2025 and 2026. 2024 I'm not gonna be using because a lot of players have changed and I feel like there's no need for that. And we're also going to be using, I'm seeing here some other good data such as net points, serve outcome, return outcome. I think this is going to be very useful information for grass. And yeah, so I'm going to be downloading all of those files and later uploading them to Claude. So I've downloaded and pasted into Claude all the files that I think that are needed for this to work. And now let's see what Claude tells me. Okay, so here as you can see, it says that one of the data is from women's tennis. And for this project, we're only going to be sticking with men's because if I'm going to be adding women's as well, it's going to get too complicated. I want to keep this simple. And so we're going to press on this. So here's asking what factor approach for the ELO I want to use. I'm probably going to stick with standard. And here next, it says, as I said previously, there's not enough data from grass. So it's saying to blend with the ELO with the hardcourt. The ELO is basically, I'm going to be using this to determine, it's basically a ranking of the player. The higher ELO is, the better you are. It's like an UTR system. Now that Claude has finally finished making the ELO for the players, our next step is to make the prediction model itself. For the prediction model, I'm probably going to be using XGBoost model. And the reason for this is because I think it's the most accurate model in this scenario, since it builds its decision trees one at a time in sequence, and each new tree's entire job is to focus on whatever the previous tree got wrong. So it's a model that's just going to keep improving, which I think is really good in our case. So now let's type that we want to use the XGBoost model. So here I'm just going to tell Claude to basically choose himself. So next it asks us for what should the model predict: win-loss, only binary classification, win-loss plus predicted score margin. We don't really need predicted score, we just need win-loss. So let's click that. Claude has finished generating the 3 files that I need to create to make my prediction site. And now Claude tells me that the next step is go to Netlify and build the site there. But before I do this, I want the model to be a bit more accurate. And for that, I'll need to download the latest tournaments in grass and the Wimbledon brackets. Plus, I want to make a simulation of the outcome of the Wimbledon tournament. And for that, I've come across these 2 websites that are really good. First one is Tennis Abstract, which was made by the same owner, Jeff Sackman, from where I got the files in GitHub. And the other side is Kaggle. And here I'm going to download this ATP tennis data from 2000 to 2026. So this is going to be making my model even more accurate and downloading some of the grass tournaments. I've looked a bit through these sites, and for example, this Kaggle site only has the 3 first grass tournaments, and this one and Abstract has the last 2 grass tournaments. So I'll need to kind of get the data from both of this, and hopefully it's going to make my model even better. Okay, so I have finally finished creating all the files needed for my prediction site, and I'm quickly going to recap what I did right now. So I first downloaded the tournament data from Tennis Abstract and Kaggle, which are this. Then after this, Claude wanted to encode this results into match rows. So basically, this is what all of this is about. And then after all of this was done, I asked to build a simulation for the results of the tournament. And basically all of this is me slowly building that simulation, and here are all the files that I'm gonna need. So now I'm gonna download the files and paste them into Netlify where the site is gonna be. Okay, so now let's post this file into Netlify. Let's go here, uploading. Okay, next let's preview how it looks, and let's see. Okay, so this is how my site turned out. As you can see here in the first part is where you write down 2 players and you can press on predict match, and it's going to predict the match. And here the second part is to simulate the Wimbledon outcome. So let's press on simulate and see what's going to happen. So here it's going to, so this is the first 64 matches. There's 32, then round 3, round 4, quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals. As you can see, Jannik Sinner is the winner with Alexander Zverev in the final again. Honestly, I feel kind of sad for Zverev. If that happens, if it's another final, that's a bit sad. But let's see who's going to win in every round. So let's see if there is any weird upsets. Okay, so far I'm looking at everything and it looks so far. I mean, this is an interesting match. Denis Shapovalov and Carreno Busta. Busta, as you know, he can perform, like, he can win these kind of matches, but Shapovalov he has good serves, good head shots. So it's going to be a close match, and the percentage here indicates exactly that. I like, by the way, how there's a small percentage underneath here showing with what percentage the player is likely to win. And in this case, it's 51, very low. So it's going to be a close match. And for the rest, of the matches, the outcomes look pretty, expected. Next, let's predict a match. So let's go to Wimbledon and get a match. For example, let's use this one, which is between Vukic and Brooksby. So let's put their names in here. Oh, I like how there's this feature of the player automatically comes up the name. Okay, and then, okay, that's nice. Wait, here. Okay, and as you can see here, with a 64% chance, Jenson Brooksby is likely to win. Here it gives you a bit of data of their serves, net wins. Pretty good data. Okay, and this is how the site is going to work. By the end of Wimbledon, I want to figure out how accurate my predictions were. And I want to compete with IBM as well, who predict the outcome of the Wimbledon matches, and see how the accuracy of my predictions match theirs. So yeah, now we'll just have to wait until the end of Wimbledon and see how if my results were accurate.